to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
At this point in time, the NMC is saying that December 17 is actually sacrosanct at this point in time that the Nigerian Professional Football League will actually go on come December 17. Also, the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, which was just reported by Dangote, is expected to host that. So we are going to be seeing teams from the NPFL, talking about Accra United, Canopila, Sunshine Stars, and all that we get to battle right in Abuja this weekend. Also, rumors actually, making the news making around is that Victor Moses want to actually return to the Nigerian Super Eagles squad. They actually want to follow the line of Ekalo. Also, still in the package, we talk about the Champions League, what really went down yesterday, and also what we should look forward that will actually happen today. This is how we welcome you to yet another edition of Sports Orbit, right here on the Leadership and Podcast Studio. My name is Olawale Ayeni, and I'll be your host for today. As you can see in the studio, we have two gentlemen waiting to talk sports. Salifu Usman also is in on the show today. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you, I'm good.
Of course, Alpha, as it is now, you're smiling everywhere, everything is going, smoothly for the Red Devils. How are you doing today?
I'm good and welcome back.
Thank you very much. Of course, we'll go to our first story where the Nigerian, talking about the League Management Company of Nigeria, talking about the resumption of the Nigerian Professional Football League. They're saying the 17th, kickoff date will actually remain, and the league will actually kick off on December 17th. That's what we're talking about next, not this Saturday, the next Saturday. And also, they have ratified the appointment of Davison Maumi as the league CEO at this point in time. So, as it is now, everything is set for the resumption of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Salifu, is it late, better late than never? Davis Owumi, yes, Davis Owumi. I beg your pardon. Salifu, is it better late than never at this point in time? LMC, after that general meeting, actually ratified the appointment of the CEO.
Well, there's nothing but good. At least after 5 months, hope that the league will come back to the mainstream and see the Nigerian league get to kick off again. But my only worry is that, just like every Nigerian has people to say, it's coming late. We expected the league to pick up by October, or even precisely September. By now, we are also almost thinking about getting to the middle of the season. So we play almost 10 matches or 11 matches. But now we are starting, just like you say, it's better late than never. But we worry that, especially we will start the match on the 17th. On the 17th, then the next match will be on 24th. That was the Christmas period. Then after another match, we'll go for break for the AFCON.
Are we not going to go for break for Christmas?
I don't see them, but if you are starting the match to a week to the Christmas, I don't think there's likely that there's going to be a break. That means the clubhouse to come and play, just like it's obtainable in the Premier League when the league doesn't go up to the Christmas period. So that's what is likely going to be. You can't start the match in after and you come to off and you play again. That means all the players in the Nigerian Premier League are going to spend the Christmas with their clubs. So the only one definitely, but after 4 matches, we're able to go play for match before January, and after start, we have to go for break again.
Of course, Alpha, looking at what happened last 2 seasons in our bridge league, do you see where points per game was actually used to determine the winner of the Nigerian Professional Football League? But do you see us actually getting to play in our bridge league? Looking at the time frame, starting in December, and we know we're expected to end at the league sometimes around May, June, if I'm not mistaken. Are you actually foreseeing an abridged league, or maybe after match day 14, we'll just use the PPG points to determine the NPFL champion?
Possibly, Nigeria is a country full of a lot of mysteries. Anyway, from the statement after the General Assembly, what they said was that they are going to do everything possible to ensure that the league ends on time. But how they intend to do that, they really didn't explain. But they didn't state if it's going to be in a brief format, points per game. But I know that at the end of the day, one of those things will come into play. And most likely it's going to be an abridged league. Like Salifu said, you'll start the league on 17th, and you're playing the next match when?
On the 24th.
On the 24th. Then before you know it, AFCON comes. And definitely once AFCON comes, you have to go on break.
Yes.
You go on break. And
AFCON, you think about a month for the
exactly. AFCON is usually a month. After AFCON finishes, then you come back, you continue the league again. So I really don't see. So are they saying that they're going to finish the league by May, as it's done in Europe? So they say they want it to align with other international leagues. If the league is going to finish by May, if you start the league by December and want to finish by May, then there has to be something you want to do. Either it's going to be abridged, or at the end of the day, you do a Super 8 like they are fond of doing these days with most leagues in Nigeria. So that's how I see it happening. And of course, kudos to them for ratifying the appointment of David Singomi as the LMC.
Of course.
To recall that since that appointment was made, he wasn't fully confirmed. And according to one of the sponsors, that was one of the reasons why they hadn't released funds to the LMC, because as basically the CEO is one responsible for the day-to-day running. So, but the sponsor in question felt that if there's nobody in charge of running this league, why are we going to release funds for you to begin this league? So, because at the end of the day, if there's someone to hold, who are we going to hold accountable? So, it was one of the requirements of the sponsor that until you appoint a CEO ratifies appointment, we are not going to release funds for the league. So, now that is done, we hope that they keep to their promise to release funds, and let's see how the league goes.
Salifu, looking at the pedigree of Davison, do you think he's the best man for the job at this point?
Well, if you look around within the country and within the Nigerian football cycle, there is only I'm not his ear, but I think he possesses qualities and the caliber and the integrities that everybody wants to trust him with. He was a CEO, he was a NPFL manager before, although his tenure was short-lived because of the crisis when Badagoti went to court and Badagoti get a judge, and then his tenure was short-lived. So, but within that period was good, and then he has been in charge of the Rangers. So, I may be wrong, but I've not heard any much of controversy like what we have heard in other club and any other thing. At the same time, he has even shown some example in Rangers. So it's one of the clubs who have ensured that the players get insurance. So this is all a good example. He has shown that, and actually you ensure that will begin in all the clubs in every big in charge. And one thing I wanted to also add that looking at like the way Far was saying, because when Aloy Chukwuemeka, the secretary of the club owners, who briefed the press after the EGM yesterday, say that they are going to align the league to the other league in the world. And just like Alpha say, how are they going to do it? It was not stated in the statement. It was not stated in the statement. But even though you are going to play the league every day, play match, you play tomorrow, it's still finding it difficult to catch up.
So it means that this one in times 38 weeks.
Yeah, you still find it difficult to catch up with the league. But I want to add that those in charge for football, for God's sake, I'm not advising. I'm pleading because he has come to that. Even to me, that we need to beg them. We're begging them because our own environment. They should look at our own environment. Our environment is not applying for a player to play too much in the league.
So,
Because you can't expect, because based on the terrain of our country, if a player, for instance, can play for Eniba club, I travel for Eniba to Kano.
I would have the resources to fund them for them to travel.
Travel by road for almost, you sit inside the vehicle for almost 20 hours, almost 12 hours to Kano and play the match. And the next day, you play like the weekend. And the next day, let's say you play on Saturday, so on Sunday on the road coming back, maybe before you arrive in Niba or you arrive about, you around Monday, then on Tuesday or Wednesday, you have another match again. After you play on Tuesday again, then you now have another match in Bruno, or you have another match in Lagos or your. So it is not, it didn't make any sense at all. So that is why sometimes when we are talking, like I said, you are against or you are criticizing. It's not about criticizing. They should be right and also considering the life of those players. They are not at risk. You can't someone travel to Kano, you travel to with him one way and with at the end of the road, they go like it's not friendly. No, for goodness sake, they need to start because at least we need to play our one every week by week, so that the players can also have enough time to rest.
Of course.
For goodness sake.
Of course, let's just see how it pans out. The LMC have actually come out to say that the league will start 17th. Let's hope that they'll keep to the award. No, still talking about the Nigeria, professional, football, where the rehabilitated, Moshood Abiola National Stadium is expected to host the NPFL Super 4. That will actually be coming up this weekend. Teams like Akwa United, Kano Pillars, Lobby Stars, and Sunshine Stars, they will be in lineup for that particular tournament. This will be the first tournament that the Moshood Abiola National Stadium will be hosting after its renovation by the Dangote Group. But at this point in time, Alpha. This is best way to go, bring in the NPFL teams to actually come and open the reopen. For me, I use the word reopen the Abuja National Stadium.
Yeah, for me, I think it's sharing news. I'm going to go. In fact, the day of this opening, when we even discussed it, I almost even suggested that, that while we are waiting, the Super Eagles to start playing there. Apart from the Super Eagles being used, I mean, it's not just a Super Eagles stadium, it's a national stadium. So a lot of matches should be going on to keep this stadium running, to keep activities going on, to keep it alive. So when I got this news, I was happy. I was like, okay, this is what I was even expecting. So I think it's a good way to start because this stadium has to be utilized. Utilized for football events, not for crusades, musical events, and all, or for trade fairs or anything. It's a football stadium. And so I expect that beyond even the Super Eagles making it the permanent home of Super Eagles, football events should be held here. I mean, we were playing even things like finals of the Confederations Cup. We can always play it here. Big tournament. There are tournaments every now and then that we need a befitting stadium where you can even showcase Nigeria to the world. This is where we need to. So I think it's a good move coming from whoever. I don't know if it's the NFF, but I mean that statement was made by special advisor, of course, Daniel Mukachi. So I feel it's not even an NFF thing. I just feel it's maybe he, conjunction, using his office to ensure that because like just let me and Self say this thing, the NFF has not come out to say anything about the stadium.
They're not even coming out
to
congratulate or
like Self said, it looks like. I mean, they are not even happy that the stadium is back on stream because even the day of the opening, there was no NFF official there, which is supposed to be their show. So if the Ministry of Sports are taking the lead to ensure that this stadium is being put to use, then kudos to them.
So, Salif, no doubt about it. I know that renovation work has been done on the main pitch, but at this point in time, renovation work on the training pitch just started a few weeks ago. For me, people are actually wondering why they actually start the work alongside with the national stadium, so that those pitches will be ready at the same time when the national stadium was actually ready at this point in time. But as it is now, we will just be left with just the national stadium. It means team cannot actually train. They will not have a training ground for them to train before the main match. They will just have to train on the main group. Any reaction?
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point you have pointed out because it's one of the criteria before approving any pitch to hold any major competitions. The training pitch has to be in order because the teams will not be allowed to train on the main pitch. So, and I don't know what is the thinking of the ministry and the contractors that they have to delay the work on the practice this time around, but. These are busy, but we still have some pitch within around the stadium that can serve as a training pitch within by now. For this time, if you move towards that not package B, package A, but that's after that the training pitch, the main training pitch by the long draw, they are almost they are almost about 5 training pitches that they are there. Where the Siawan Academy normally that can serve in within the gap in. But then when the main training pitch is being put in place, but now we're standing with all the contractors and whoever is there to hasten up because it's part of the requirement. If we want the Super Eagles to come and play there, because and like just like we rightly said yesterday, it's one of the things those in quote who know even never even wanting this stadium to come and play. They can click on that depot and say no, we don't have so it's really there's no how we can hold the Super Eagles match here. So but if I can first say I commended the person of the pool among for putting up this tournament. Although he's coming late, he's coming considering the time that now we have a NPFL league kicking off on the 17th. Now we are bringing the team to come and serve. But I'm sure that why not just one match just for peace and then there's on the speech. But we that again, they say they'll play too much in the day, and by Sunday the team is up. So after Sunday Monday the team will still be parted to their respective home ground, and you still have almost 5 days to prepare for their opening season of the league. So it is good. I recommended the thing is being put in collaboration between the Daniel Mokashi and the Ministry of Federal Ministry of it for the target President Cup. So it's a good way to go.
Of course, it's a good way to go. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, I'll discuss about possible return of Victor Moses to the national team, and also it seems that the crisis of the Nigerian Basketball Federation will it be coming to an end with the report that was actually submitted to the Sports Ministry by the Reconciliation Committee, and also we look at the Champions League. But for now, we'll go for a short break.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome from that short break. You see Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. We head straight to our next story where Victor Moses, as it is now, that he's actually said to make a return to the Nigerian Super Eagles team earlier. The agent is actually saying that he's actually open for a return to the national team. We all actually know that he actually announced his retirement August 15, 2018. After the World Cup in Russia, that he was actually going to be retired and not be representing Nigeria international competition. But at this point in time, his agent is saying that he is actually open to actually make a return to the national team. Alpha, do you think this is the best thing for the Super Eagles at this point in time? Victor Moses, we saw the return of Ojo Italo, but his return was with a mixed feeling. Majority of Nigerians don't actually want him to return, but he actually needs to return. But Nigerians really accepted Victor Moses, coming back to the national team. Looking at his performance in Lokomotiv Moscow in Russia.
For Victor Moses, I feel if you've called it quits, if you retired from the national team, I mean, you weren't forced out of the national team, you voluntarily retire. I think in this kind of situation, it shouldn't be a case where you are trying to make a return. Let it even be that maybe the football authorities feel that okay, we need like how it's done in many advanced countries. A lot of players who eventually return, a lot of times they are not the ones who even say. Maybe sometimes the FA might feel okay, we need some of these players, some a mature presence in the team to be with this boy. So they might call you like the Swedish team did with Zlatan. They've done that severally, but in our case, it's always the reverse. Where it first starts like a rumor. You first hear things maybe from their agents, from people. Then before you know it, the list comes out and you see their names there. Yeah, for Victor Moses, I wouldn't say it's a good thing or bad thing. The thing is, like for Johnny Gallo, for instance, even at the point, some of us who felt okay, let him even come back and let's see. But I mean, for the matches we saw him, I mean, it was better he wouldn't have come back because I really didn't see his impact. I haven't really followed Victor Moses' career.
But he has been doing well.
I mean, for me, I haven't really watched him.
Has been making good
numbers. I haven't really watched him so much of that like that. So I'm not in a good position to assess him, and I don't know what his return, what impact he will have on the development of other young players in the team. So sometimes it's good to look at all of these things. Will it be a positive one? Will it affect the development of other players? So it's good to look at all these things before we start shouting or celebrating his return.
Salifo, let's get a reaction quickly. Victor Moses, is he a good one, or he should just stay put in his club at this point in time?
I think the advice we should just stay put at his club. But I'm not against him coming back to the national team. He did well when he was playing for the national team. And but in as much as
he won the Nations Cup 2013.
In as most his statement is not come directly from Moses because the agent is not speaking for him. I strongly believe that is not the opinion of Moses. But Victor Moses, when he quit in 2018, everybody was crying. Like, no, it is not yet for you to leave.
Because he was satisfied.
Because he was still believing that we needed him. When we went to AFCON 2019, we still begged him. Everybody was begging that he should come back. And he said no. It's an opportunity for the younger one to do and I think between that time, the younger one, a lot of younger ones also go into that. Where is Moses is a versatile player. He can play as a winger, can play as a striker, and also play as a right full back. Where Conte used him as a right full back for Celtic, and he did well at the first. But if you look at the present national team, we have in the left wing we have Samuel Sukuyi there, we have Moses Simon there. So someone Carlos is also there. That's three people there. And if you come Iwobi can also play from that way. If you look at the striker again, we have a lot of striking power from that striking. So do we need him or that position is it leaking? To me, it's not leaking at the moment. So the best thing for him now, I don't think this word is coming.
So because at this point in time, we know the World Cup is around the corner. So majority of all these players will want to actually want to play the World Cup. So I just feel that is why
those players
really want to
come back. It doesn't usually start from them saying it. It usually starts from an agent. It's just to test the water. That's why Igalo's home started like a joke.
But Igalo started from the admin, from the management.
No, it's both ways. But somehow have to start
from
somewhere.
The NFL president will just come out and
exactly, they have to start from somewhere. So what is like that? Some players might look like okay.
Remember, Moses are the high rank at NPFL never have a
of course,
some of somebody who didn't take their bullshit.
Let's see how it pans out. Maybe if Coach Kenneth actually called him to the national team. Of course, at this point in time, he's still the coach of the 3 times African champions. NFL are not giving us any benefit of that, so we still have to put his name on that tag at this point in time. But maybe for football, we head straight to the dunking and slamming game, where the crisis rocking the Nigerian Basketball Federation might just be looking at the brighter side, at the light at the end of the tunnel at this point in time, as the reconciliation committee have actually submitted their report to the Minister of Youth and Sport, talking about Sunday at Gary, which was actually done on Tuesday. But at this point in time, enough about this committee, submission report. We just go and take the photo and all that. At the end of the day, report from those those meetings have been done somewhere. Thus we just actually get to cover it. But at this point, we don't even know what the committee has actually resolved to, what way forward are their actual recommendations that they are not putting forward to the sports ministry to ensure that the crisis of the Nigerian Basketball Federation comes to an end. But how quickly, let's get a reaction.
I think it's a step in right. I think yesterday or so when me and Self were on the show, we talked about when that committee was set up. We're yet to see a report, but I mean, we've seen that they submitted their report. So I think it's left for the minister to look at what the report says, the recommendations, and try to see how he can implement it to resolve the crisis.
Are this committee capable of any of the crisis of the Nigerian Basketball Federation?
Yeah, I strongly believe that if they are, though I'm not their recommendation made known to the public, so none of us know what they put inside the paper. But I still the personality who sat in that committee, I strongly believe that those who are also passionate and also passionate about the basketball never wanted any crisis in the basketball. So I strongly believe if they whatever the recommendation will apply, and I believe they will recommend it well. If the honorable minister and his team, the man was enough to look at that committee and look at that recommendation and acted according to it, even though not what they recommended, definitely we solve our problem. We have because the calibers of the individuals of that committee are people that I believe that have some level of sincerity. Like for example, the chairman of the committee, somebody is one of the who knows it. It's well known. Abayola, who is now the chief of staff of the president, Shola, the minister, is also well known in this way in the sports sector. And the secretary of the committee, a very strong woman. So somebody local. So I think if that recommendation is followed to the latter, definitely what we have in the basketball will be put to rest.
Of course, the crisis will be put to rest if those reports from the committee is being, it is being effective, carried out to the latter. This is actually coming from Salifu at this point in time. Away from basketball history to tennis at this point in time, where Taiwo Matic has become the first Nigerian to win a medal at the 2021 ITTF World Youth Championship at this point in time. Very has actually trained over the years for this, and he has actually made the country proud. We want to say congratulations to him, even though it's a bronze medal. That is well deserved from him. We'll actually go forward to win, more medals when it comes to tennis at this point in time. Hopefully, we should see him getting to replace the lives of Haruna Kodri, someone to realize in the nearest future. Away from that, move straight to the news coming from Joe Ariba at this point in time, where he has actually rejected the Rangers a new contract at this point. We know that some club in the English Premiership are actually looking for a signature. The likes of Crystal Palace, Brighton, even West Ham want to actually sign him. But at this point in time, rejecting these Rangers a new contract means that he wants to actually shift his career to the English Premiership.
He wanted to come and join Sinjera.
So we wait and see how that gets to pans out. Also, still talking about football, CAF has actually dismissed a rumor that the tournament could be moved from Cameroon at this point in time. They are saying no. They are even though the coming of the new COVID variant cannot actually stop the AFCON 2021 that will be actually hosted in Cameroon. We know that the competition was supposed to go on this year, but due to the COVID-19, it was moved to next year. And CAF are saying they are not going to actually move the date of the competition.
If I have my way, I will support that they should move this thing forward.
To June.
When
but right now
it's too late.
It's too late.
Maybe
It's too late.
This one,
of course, it's too late. It's too late. But quickly before we go, I will head straight to the result that actually went down yesterday in the Champions League, where we saw action, mouth-watering action. We saw it actually started with the game of Paris Saint-Germain against Club Brugge. There were 4-1 winners in that particular. Leipzig actually defeated Manchester City in that particular one. AC Milan lost at home to Liverpool 2-1. Ajax 4-2 win over Sporting Lisbon. Borussia Dortmund hammered Besiktas, but they are not actually progressing to the next stage. They are moving straight to the Europa League. FC Porto were actually they lost at home to Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid actually won Inter Milan in that particular one, courtesy goal of Toni Kroos and also Asensio in that particular one. Then Besiktas, Shakhtar Donetsk and Sheriff actually played 1-1 draw in that particular. Quickly, we look at what we should expect in the Champions League today. Of course, Benfica against Dynamo Kiev, Bayern Munich against Barcelona. For me, that is a star match. Atlanta, Villarreal, Manchester United versus Young Boys. The Young Boys actually stunned Manchester United at the Old Trafford. We wait and see what will actually go on later today. FC Red Bull, Salzburg versus Sevilla, Wolfsburg versus Lille, Juventus versus Malmo, St. Petersburg. We actually don't get to play at Chelsea right there in Russia. Quickly, guys, your reaction before we end the show. Alpha.
Yeah, sure. The star match is Bayern Barcelona. I mean, for Bayern, they qualified already, so Barcelona will
has been talking tough.
Yeah, sure, but I really don't see Bayern doing anything in that match. Of course, same for the United Young Boys. United are already through. Same for the Zenit, Chelsea are through, Juventus are through. So maybe
Chelsea
Atalanta,
and
Villarreal will be fighting for group winners. Yeah, of course, Atalanta, Villarreal still have a hope of qualifying, then of course Wolfsburg, Lille, but the star match clearly is Bayern Barcelona.
Yeah, just like the star match clearly Bayern Barcelona, and Barcelona, Bayern has nothing to fight for. This month they have already get everything they want. But I play that they shouldn't spoil everything. They should spoil everything for you. Javi Hernandez, so I like him. He should also full. There's your line that he's still full on the match.
Of course.
Enjoy his.
Will it be festivals of goals for Bayern Munich? Will it be baptism of fire for Xavi at this point in time? We'll wait and see how that match gets to pans out. Later. Today, but this is where we'll draw the curtain for Sports Orbit. That's nice, talking sports with Salif Usman and also Alpha Ocho right there in the studio. Of course, our viewers, thank you for sticking around with us. We make a return bigger and better tomorrow with yet another edition of Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. But for now, my name is Wally Ayeng. I'm saying bye for now. Do have a lovely day ahead of you.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.